Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round number 6 of the 2026 Underground RC Supercross Championship in MX Simulator. I am Kellen Brower, of course, here for Start Your Systems, and I am stoked to bring you guys the action from tonight's race here in Seattle. Of course, bummed to not have my cohort Andrew Wood with me again this week. He's still dealing with this illness that dragged him to the urgent care last week, and still not over it yet, so he wanted to take another week off and rest. But fortunately, we do have him back next week with another special guest in studio, so can't wait to do that. But also can't wait to tell you guys about this amazing racetrack, a crazy one on hand for you guys to watch here tonight. And it's not raining in the virtual world, so we'll be able to see these guys take this racetrack on and see what they're able to accomplish. Going to be some fun storylines to follow tonight, of course. This is the last round of 250 West before we go East racing next week. So some, momentum built in the first 6 rounds of this championship will end right here for a lot of guys, including Cash Woods, Wyatt Grant, last week's winner as well. And we'll see whether or not Cash Woods can extend his championship lead heading into the break. On the 450 side, Braden Carter got the job done last week in Glendale, his first win of 2026, and he inched a little bit closer to Seth Carr in the championship. So can he do it again here tonight in Seattle? We are soon to find out. All right, I want to get Race Factory up for you guys so that we can take a look at qualifying. I know that there's a fun name that I believe did make it into qualifying tonight, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. But of course, they got an hour on the racetrack just now, so 1 hour of qualifying has been complete. It literally just ended 3 minutes ago as of talking right now. So they've only had 1 hour to learn the track and try to put these hot laps down, and we're going to see who is at the top of the timesheets as soon as Race Factory loads up. Want to give a shout out a couple people on our Twitch side. Dominic22B subbed up for his 9-month with Prime, and Carl Novak, 12 months, a whole year, Carl Novak has subbed with his Prime subscription. Shout out to him over there. Also on YouTube, man, a couple people jumping in with some donations real quick. We got $4.99 from Matt Edwards. He says, let's go, rooting for Joey Carter. And also a big shout out to Lynn's making it in P40 in qualifying from @DomDomBinks, $4.99 as well. Very, very cool. I want to show you guys qualifying, but Race Factory is unfortunately loading really slowly, so we'll get there in a second. Got a couple more people over on Twitch subbing up. Thank you, Nasty SDS, for his 13th month in a row subbing up with Prime, and Patches as well, 2 months in. Thank you so much for supporting, so appreciate you guys and all that you do for us over there. All right, looks like we got Race Factory to finally load. It does load a little bit slow, and of course iMoto is now going to drop this thing in here for me to be able to open up. There we go. Okay, so now we can take a look at qualifying. We'll jump over here for you guys to take a look at it. Braden Carter, fastest here tonight, 51.813, just by a nose over teammate Seth Carr. Colby Eagland, his other teammate, also in the mix at a 52 flat, or 52 flat, I should say. So only 2/10, barely over 2/10 separating the top 3 already. Ryan Chelsea, Luke Sullivan also in the low 52s there. Then you get to those mid 52s. Jeremy Siebold, 52.5, so on and so forth. Fast 40 make it in, and 40th place, Connor Linz. Look at that. He's back. Streaming over on YouTube as well if you guys want to check him out. Always great to see his MX bike stuff, but he did sneak in by the skin of his teeth, 4/10 over Nick Niles. 250 West, Jackson Vick has gone fastest here tonight at a 53.930 over Caden Kepke. Cash Woods, Dylan Dallaire, and Tyler Shelby inside the top 5. Joey Carter, who almost won this race in Seattle a year ago, 54.4 in the 6th spot. He was usurped by Cash Woods at this very race 1 year ago. It was a fantastic race. If you don't remember it, they took it all the way down to the wire. And on the last lap, it was Carter who took the lead away from Cash Woods and then crashed trying to triple into a rhythm section the very next corner. Cash Woods went on to win that race. And that was a very, very good race to watch. All right, let's talk about standings real quick before we go into tonight. Seth Carr up by 12 points still on Braden Carter. Of course, he won 3 of the first 4 races of the year. So that definitely helps him maintain that points lead. But Carter's been steady and managed well when he's had his bad nights, unlike our other race winner, Alexis Leclerc. 6th in the standings, has had some really up and down nights so far this season. And for him, not a good start to the season, but on the flip side, Carter and Carr definitely starting to open this up. Eagland, your defending champ, a full race distance back, so we'll see if he can claw his way back up there. And I see you guys also asking Tyson, did Tyson qualify? So that's a good question. I forgot to double check. No, Tyson Fresca is 4-time Supercross champ. Didn't make it in. No provisional, so he won't make it in. But there's another fun name. The 420 of Dennis Fjellberg, former 250 national champion in this game, multi-time European champion, is there as well. Shipley is back. Man, there's some OG names coming out of the woodwork racing here this evening. So that is very cool. Let's talk about 250 West qualifying real quick before we jump back in the server. Cash Woods, as mentioned, 20 points up in this championship. He had a rough race last week in Glendale, though. And Schiabro, who almost won the dang thing, sits 20 points back. Wyatt Grant picked up his first career win last week. He is 44 back. So keep an eye, though, on Schiabro. If he can get another, inch or two taken back towards Cash Woods here tonight in Seattle, it'll set him up with a bit of momentum heading into the break. There's going to be about 4 weeks before we see these guys again after this evening racing the showdown at Birmingham for round 10 of this championship. So it'll be a little bit of time, but we will see them soon enough. No question about it. So that is the qualifying and the standings update for you guys here going into tonight. And we will now jump into the server and take a look at this fantastic racetrack overhead view of the circuit here for round number 6 in Seattle. And yes, very interesting and unique racetrack to try to tackle for these guys. You got some long rhythm lanes. You also have some short rhythm lanes, some really quick U-turns out of corners trying to get 3-ons. There might even be a sneaky quad after you go across the start. We'll see if that develops later on into the evening. But more or less, this track is going to provide a lot of challenges. The whoops are big. There's a couple tricky quads that guys have been going for in qualifying. We'll see if those turn into race lines. Not too sure about that, but I'm sure we will learn about it soon enough. I want to make sure, am I still in the server? I am not. I need to get back in the server. That would probably help my case. Good overhead view of the track here again as well. Got a question in chat from Thomas Vosen asking if I still talk to Jeremy. That would be Jeremy Hinners, who helped start the Start Your Systems channel back in 2014. And yes, I do. In fact, some fun news probably we can talk about soon. Regarding our MX Bikes team at least, and Jeremy Hinner's perhaps involvement in that. So excited to have him maybe back around a little bit more. But we do still talk. It's the short answer to that. All right, so I know we're about to head out for the heat races. 250 Heat 1 coming up first. Looks like 450 Heat 2 is absolutely insane, and we just got a hype chest over in Twitch chat, so congrats to that. We got the button mash emote for people to use. So congratulations, Twitch chat. You guys are absolutely crushing it tonight. We got 4 new subs up in there. Thank you so much for that. The support always very helpful all across the board every single evening as well. Hey, if you guys have just come on over from the MotoX Pod Show, we obviously have been promoting that lately. That, of course, is my buddy Darkside, a.k.a. Jamie Guida, over there. And if you haven't ever checked out the MotoX Pod Show, you should. Are you looking for more Moto content? Check out the MotoX Pod on Wednesday nights starting at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern on the MotoX Pod YouTube channel. Every week, the guys talk with riders from Supercross, Arena Cross, and Off-Road, as well as go through emails, top 5 lists, and other segments. Come join in the fun and excitement. And yes, that, of course, is a fantastic live show on Wednesday, and it's still going on right now, I think, actually. So if you go over there, you can still keep listening in. I know they're doing something cool this week where I think they actually have this exact broadcast playing on a screen in the background while they are recording this show. So shout out to Darkside, Scotty, TJ, everyone over there at the MotoX Pod. It's been a fun little collaboration that we've been doing, and hopefully it gets a little bit of numbers over to him and some numbers from his side over to us and get more people kind of involved in watching both programs. All right, 250 Heat number 1 is out there getting ready to go racing. This, of course, is just the warm-up lap for them, so don't be alarmed that they're out there doing motos. We'll get a chance to see these guys go to the racetrack here in a minute, and I just realized I don't have my headphones on, so I can't hear anything. But now we're dialed. Be able to hear these guys a little bit better. Probably talk a little bit louder as well. And it is time to drop the gate here tonight from Seattle. Let's get all of our stuff up on screen for you guys to be able to tell what we're watching out here. And we also got to make sure you guys know that 250 Heat 1 is going to the gate. All right, there we go. This one is going to be 6 minutes plus a lap, top 9. Go to the main event. Everyone else heads to the LCQ. Here we go. First race of the night from Seattle. Here we go. And in turn number 1, the 81 of J.R. Reyes is going to get there first. Will he control it? Yes, he will. To the inside, Joey Carter on the 20, right behind him in tow. But it's going to be Reyes with the 2-3-2 option through the first rhythm lane, off to the early race lead. It's Tyson Johnson on the 159 moving up into the 2 spot. So a couple of real-life rippers off to some good starts, as Reyes is going to lead the first unofficial lap of the race. We're not all the way through the lap just yet, but he's over the finish line jump, still in the race lead. It is Johnson in the 2 spot. Joey Carter 3rd, Evan Holt in 4th, and Christopher Harris rounds out the top 5. So we're going to get a good look early on at these 250 guys and where those lines are working. Big Supercross triple into the whoops. These whoops have been killers for the 250 boys as Johnson's hopping a little bit, and Joey Carter's going to take full advantage, as is Evan Holt up the inside. Oh, but Harris down in the background, and this is going to cause a bit of hiccup for some riders back here. Yeah, he's going to get going outside of a transfer spot. Meanwhile, up here in a transfer spot, Joey Carter has just gone down in the sand. Saw it in the back of our screen, and several riders will also go by him. He's going to fall back to the 9 spot here for Joey Carter. So he's still in a transfer spot, but he's got to get to work. Evan Cormack just ahead of him, as Reyes still leads the race. But watch out, Evan Holt on his horse. The District Designs number 23 Yamaha over the finish line jump. Starting to close the gap down up to J.R. Reyes. Will we have a battle for the lead on our hands here shortly? We might just well have one at the front. But Reyes has been getting saucy lately. He's got some speed in him. Is it enough to hold off Holtzy? It might not be as he gets sideways in the whoops. Ooh, Holtzy almost got completely sent over at the end, but he does take over the race lead. And Evan Holt back on the charge out front. The rider out of Canada on the District Designs Yamaha takes over the race lead. Here are those 2 options over this single. Jump all the way across. Triple into the banana, triple out of the banana. And Holtzy off to the lead. Here is last week's winner, Wyatt Grant. And it was really awesome to see him get that one done. Does he have another one in store here in Seattle? Well, at least so far in the heat race. Got some work to do to get up to our race leaders. The 3rd place will do just fine. Ryder Bednar is using the wrong skin, and I know that that caused some drama this past week. Someone got a 1-week suspension for using the wrong skin, so someone better tell Ryder Bednar, if you're in a Discord with him, got to get off that machine, Sunshine. Johnson's been holding steady in this front group, though, and he's got some heat. Caden Pankow, those Dr. Do Racing Yamahas are firing here at the front, and Johnson's just surviving those whoops lap after lap. Got the triple on, though, clean. And it looks like a couple other guys went down in the background, so Pankow did go down. Harris went by. Up to 6th. Ryder Dorigo 7th. Velati now in 8th, and Pankow has picked it up in the 9 spot. He's just in front of Ryan Pinkerton. Also, Joey Carter, his teammate, outside looking in, so this could turn into a bit of a frantic battle as Pankow triples by Velati, who made a mistake, and Pinkerton goes through as well. Mountain bike ripper extraordinaire Ryan Pinkerton. Nexus Yamaha moves into the final transfer spot. Pinkerton into 9th. Will he hold it there? And I've seen in chat someone saying they're taking the skins way too seriously. Well, to be honest, I don't really like looking at you idiots running the wrong skin in game. So if you'd like to be ejected, we'd happily do that. It's not too difficult to make your own bike and gear in this game. I've been doing it for decades at this point. It's like Johnson is fading back to this group a little bit on the 159, but he's still holding strong. Can he make it the distance? And Pinkerton is right there as well. This is a freight train of riders, I'll tell you what. One of these guys, just a little mistake, and you're well down the order in an instant. This is how close these guys are still. It might come down to the whoops. So Reyes still leads over Holtzy, who actually got back into the lead. We've been missing some action up there. Pankow's hopping as Johnson finally lays it down in the whoops. Looks like Evan Cormack also went down as well on the 130, and that has promoted Christopher Harris back into a transfer spot. And remember, Harris was on the box last week in Glendale, so you know he wants to make it right in out of this heat race, does not want to have to go through the LCQ, which it looks like Joey Carter might be in store for at the moment. I'll tell you who's not in store for the LCQ, J.R. Reyes. SwapMotoLive.com back into the race lead. Oh, that's not good as he goes down. He was hopping the whoops, and it reaches up and bites him. So Holtze goes by, Wyatt Grant goes by. And Reyes slips back to third. There's Bednar fourth, Pinkerton now fifth, Velati sixth, Pankow seventh, Harris is up to eighth. Ryder DeRigo has moved into the final transfer spot. Cormac's trying to get there, Schaefer. Man, big names outside looking in. Dylan Dallaire. And of course, we've lost Tyson Johnson back to this group as well. Joey Carter is having a terrible race, by the way. Unfortunate for him. Look at this little battle right here, though. This is 5, 6, 7, 8 on your screen. Harris got around Velati. Velati's trying to get him back, but Harris is trying to get Pankow at the same time. Velati into the tough blocks. So Harris is working on Caden Pankow. Time has expired. And our leaders have the white flag out front. These guys collecting the white flag this time by. Oh, Harris wants a piece. Okay, and Pankow going to try a different line. Goes for the 3. That's risky, but it almost worked. Now it's down to the whoops. We'll jump up to our leader here in just a minute. It is Holtze still on the last lap of the race, but look at the speed from Harris. 2 for 1 down the inside of the whoops. Gets into 5th place on this final lap. And it is going to come down to that whoop speed tonight. Holtze's been great at it, and he's on his way. Evan Holt takes 250 Heat 1 here in Seattle. Wyatt Grant gets up to second with a late charge, 54.9 on the final lap of the race as well. J.R. Reyes third, Bednar fourth, Harris fifth, Pinkerton sixth, Pankow seventh, Velati eighth. Back here holding it down. DeRigo just trying to make it in. Looks like he's on his way, though, in 9th. No problem. Got Dallaire 3 seconds back, and DeRigo to the main event. With a 9th place finish, Dallaire is headed to the LCQ. Joey Carter almost got teed up by Caden Koepke in the final corner. He's LCQ bound, as is Austin Schaefer, Evan Cormac, Tyson Johnson, Tanner Thorson, Carson West, Sonny Spicer, Langstrup, Lenhart, all going to the LCQ. So Holtze picks up the win, and it is confirmed after penalties. Evan Holt is your 250 Heat number 1 winner. And well done to him. Looks like my son has come to join the booth, so we'll head to our intermission screen. Good night, buddy. Do you want to say anything to the people? Do you want to talk? Here, go ahead. What do you want to say? Ah? Ah. No? Ah. No, you. Don't unplug that. No? Just data? Okay, good night, buddy. Love you. See you later. All right. Night-night. Mwah. No night-nights? He's tired. That's going to be a 250 West champ in about 13 years right there, folks. Buckle up. And never would have believed it if you told me Wyatt or Josh Grant's kid would be winning races in this game when he was racing pro. But here we are, Wyatt Grant winning races. Yeah, so Spagooter also told me to remind people to use their Prime subs on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free to sub up on Twitch. You get 1 free Prime sub a month. And if you use it on me, it'd be greatly appreciated. But I totally understand if you don't. And also, yes, like, again, I'm sorry to call people out, but dude, I raced in this game for 8 years, and I never didn't run my own number and gear and current year stuff. Like, I don't know. It's not that hard, people. First of all, a lot of people are just on teams anyway that make them stuff, but then these teams are always late about getting their skins and gear and all this stuff made, which is ridiculous to me. Like, for example, Cash Woods, how do I not have his gear this time? Did I miss something again from Jake's piece because we have 400 updates? I must have. Let's see. When's the last time Spieth messaged me? He is like pretty far down the order. Okay, here we go. Yep, I missed an add-on. So, yep, that's my bad. I will take ownership of that, though. We have add-ons every week, and we'll get Cash Woods skins in the game for the next one. It would be nice if the district skins were public, but unfortunately they believe too many people run their skins and also uses unscramblers to pull out JMs of their bikes. So it's just the way she goes. All right, 250 Heat 2 coming at you. Thank you, Big Country 313 for the Prime sub. Who's going to hole shot Heat 2? Here we go. We're launching into turn number 1. Cash Woods is trying to get there first. The 36 of Schiabro's up the inside, though. And Woods got pushed wide, and Woods is down. I don't know if he fell off the bike, but he was definitely sideways as Schiabro takes the early lead. So Schiabro out front cases the 3 in. He's going to get tripled over. Don't get landed on there by one of the Nexus Yamahas. That's the 32 of Bodie Parker. I'm sorry, that's not Nexus. That's Yogi. They look very similar. Same kits tonight. But Braxton Martin, Sunbelt, gas to the race lead. Braxton Martin leads early on, and Roca in chat, remind me after this race I'll list my PC specs. But no, I don't have a separate stream PC. Oh, Martin cases that triple on. Schiabro got it wrong too, and Bodie Parker up the inside steals that position. Whoa, Braxton Martin trying to quad into the sand, getting sideways. Then he's cutting back across. He's into the tough blocks. Oh, Bodie Parker lands on him and goes down hard. Big one right there over the bars. That was a huge off from our leaders, and it gives Schiabro the lead back. So Jeremy Schiabro to the front, Tyler Shelby to second. Dalton Caudill now up in the 3 position. You want to talk about changing up gear and skins and everything like that? I think Caudill was on a completely different skin at on team at round 1. It happens, man. People are always changing stuff up. I get it. But it doesn't have to be that way. For example, Carter Greer, Mud Hut Monkeys, is using the Rocket Partzilla number 70 of Anthony Bourdon, and I just happen to have that pack. He probably doesn't know that. But also just run your own gear. Look at this, Schiabro under attack from Tyler Shelby. Shelby's got the speed to go with him. Oh, but a little case right there. Timing is critical on these 250s. And Schiabro able to get a little bit of an advantage from that. 56.2 lays down a new fastest lap of the race out front. Let's go back to our transfer spot battle. It is Austin Bear, Yogi number 98, who is holding that position. Sorry, 99. Tyler Smith, Braxton Martin has slipped back here. Oh, big pile up here in the corner. That is 520 was down. That is Tyler Smith, who is down with Braxton Martin. And Cash Woods was able to sneak through up into 9th. So after that early crash off the start, Cash Woods turning it around. Flipping every last whoop right there. So much corner speed, it can almost go over that table. Hey, shout out to Coda Rivas, $4.99. He says, "We love you, Kellen. Thank you for coming back from FNR." I love you guys. Thank you so much for the continued support every single week, man. It has been awesome to see all the viewers. Oh, as Tyler Smith goes down, he was running in 10th. Case that 3 off the banana, and that one left a mark. Yeah, I know, Jake. Thank you. I just downloaded it, or it is still downloading, not too sure. And I will be sure to close my game right after this, put it in game, and we'll have it up for the heats. Yep, no problem. We got the 450 boys for the heats. All right. Are we going to have a battle for the lead? It seems like Tyler Shovy's been keeping Schiabro honest, but ever the steady veteran presence, Jeremy Schiabro. If you are just joining us for the first time this year, Schiabro, a 14-year veteran of the game. Although he did take some time off, it's not like he's been playing the game consistently for 14 years, but made his pro debut in this game in 2013. And almost won a 250 main event in 2015, but we don't talk about that anymore because he finally broke through for his first career 250 win 2 weeks ago at Anaheim. 3 weeks ago now, I should say. And look at him out here trying to put the heat on Cash Woods in this championship. 20 points down, had a great Glendale last week, got back on the podium. And Cash Woods has run into some struggles of late, although this is not good for Schiabro. He's short, and Tyler Shovy's going to jump by him into the race lead just like that. TSCZ Productions KTM goes to the lead. And we are not quite to the white flag just yet. They'll probably get it next time by. Actually, they definitely should. If they don't, they're setting a new course record. And Schiabro does not want to let Shovey get away here. Battle for the lead is on in Seattle. 64 of Shovey, 36 of Schiabro. Schiabro right up on top of those whoops, but Shovey's line was almost a little bit faster, hopping through him. Tripling into the sand. Everyone's trying to get to that inside line because you want to double this. Double all the way over the start. Downside this so you can 3 and then 3 into the corner. Lap traffic almost got involved there. That was a bit tight. Can Shovey hang on? White flag coming out this time by. Does Schiabro go for a pass somewhere? Oh, Shovey into the Davalos bales. And he's down too. I thought that was going to happen with that slow rewind coming down the hill. So tough to save it from that. He just got in too sideways, maybe late on the brakes, kicked him out there. Jeff Cooper was able to get by. Schiabro into the race lead on the final lap now. Cash Woods all the way up to 4th. And Brandon Walther is in the final transfer spot right now. 688 here. Racer D-Rat, $10, said, would I be allowed to run the stick figure low-res skins if I was ever good at this game? Use them for years, just like the minimalist POV in first person. Yeah, to me, I don't really care about the stick figures or like the aesthetics of it. I just don't like when people are running the wrong name and number. Like that, to me, seems like it should be simple enough for gear and bikes. But maybe I'm too much of a simpleton. I don't know. Jeremy Schiabro, though, takes the win. 250 Heat 2 here in Seattle. Jeff Cooper closed it down late, 2 seconds back. Shovey ends up 3rd. Dalton Caudill in the 4 spot here. Cash Woods does slip back to 5th. Oh, don't crash here. Oh, he's good. He is good. He's on his way to the main event, but 10th gate pick. That'll be a tough one for sure. Bodie Parker goes through with them. Zollers. Oh, Carter Greer is down with Walther in the final straightaway, and Tyler Smith is going to hop by them both. So Greer gets up out of a transfer spot now. Walther gets going and will maintain position. But Carter Greer is going to the LCQ. Oh, tough break. Caden Wharton, Luke Fowler up the inside right there, going to go with him. Austin Bear, Tucker Zimmerman, Timmy Briscoe, Jackson Vick, our fastest qualifier. Man, he's LCQ bound. This has been a very luckless season for Jackson Vick. A lot of bad starts in heat races have not helped his case. Devin Johnson, Dre Edwards, Braxton Martin, all missing out as well. All right. So Schiabro takes the win. We're going to jump out of the server real quick so that I can get these skins in here. So apologies. We're going to extract this to here. And you guys are getting a little behind-the-scenes peek of this. That gear is called Part 7 that I just put in game. So congratulations. We're on rendition number 7 from the District Crew. I should have done this first. Silly me. All right, there we go. Congrats. Hey, we got him in game. There you go. Oh, man. I tease. Speed says, yeah, but it's nice to run the new LE stuff on hat comes out. New LE stuff that comes out, I guess is what he's trying to say. I mean, I get it. You know, like, for example, the MX Bikes guys, a lot of them are sponsored by FXR. And so if you are sponsored by FXR and you want to showcase new FXR gear for like your sponsor, I get it. Like LE skins, no problem. But I just kind of wish it would be like, maybe I'll give them 2 update packs, but it's kind of crazy when we have one like every week, it feels like. And I'm not talking about you specifically, Speece. This has just been a thing for a decade covering this series. Every time I open Discord on a Wednesday, it's just a wall of DMs, just massive amounts of people sending me, I got a new pack, or I got this team, or I'm on this one now, or whatever. So, tis what it is. This is rad. It's got the view from TJ Smith, who is part of the Moto X Pod show, and they've got our broadcast right now live on the Moto X Pod show. That's really cool. Thank you guys so much for the support. This is awesome, and love to see that, man. Love to see the love and support from the Moto community there. Yo, Colt Heil 242. I think I'm saying that correctly. Oh, geez. What? Is this a problem for me? Should I just restart the game? This is having sending bike acknowledgement problems. Apologies, those waiting in the servers for me. Hopefully this one works this time. But yes, big thank you to Colt Heil. Love seeing you on the Pulp Show. F the gamer haters. Yeah, well, there's plenty out there. Gamer corner. I don't really feel like there's that many haters, more so, but whatever. Like, I think people that wear flat bill hats and high black socks are really corny, but that's just me, you know. I don't know. Whatever, you know, teach their own. I know the gamer corner gesture is very similar to 6'7", very, very much. Like, but I try to do like robot, like gamer corner, but then it just looks like this, I guess. So, oh man, I'm getting clipped for sure. Unfortunately, A-Wood is still battling an illness right now. They literally put him in the ER last week, so asked to take another night off. And listen, I'm gonna make him come cough all over me for a night of calling the action. So you asked Weege if he'd join me again, and he didn't shoot it down. How? Where did you ask Weege this question? Where did you go to Weege and just hit him with that? Oh, man. That's pretty funny, though. Do I think Linz is going to make it? I mean, it's Connor Linz. Like, he's pretty good. Like, for example, I was telling him on the MX Bike stream on Friday, because he's downplaying. He's like, the bike's season is a bit up in the air right now with the server issues. And he's like, maybe I'll make a comeback to Sim. And I'm like, oh, you should. You're probably faster than me right now. And I play the game like almost every day. And he's like, no, I'm not that good. And then, of course, he makes Fast 40 right away. So what are you going to do? Muted. What are you guys talking about? Am I muted? Hello? Question mark? Weege has called Sim twice. I don't know. On YouTube, they're saying I'm muted. What do you? Well, I'm muted. What are you talking about? I don't understand. Mix is muted. He's not mute. What are you guys talking about? I can see it right here that it says I'm not muted. I don't know what's happening. I think you guys are just making stuff up at this point. Crazy stuff. All right, 450 Heat 1 coming at you. Let's go here in Seattle. 37 of Alec Horns trying to get there first, but from the outside, cutting across everybody, Dennis Fjellberg, straight out of Oslo, Norway, to the race lead for Atlas Co. The 420 machine puts it out front. Look, he's still got the skills to start. We know that. We absolutely know Dennis Fjellberg is out here crushing it. Up and over the finish line jump, it's Fjellberg into the early lead. Pachon second, Bollinger third, Seth Carr in the 4 spot. But Dennis Fjellberg is leading this thing. He's looking good. He always throws the whips out front. Oh, front flip in the whoops. Oh, he almost rode out of it, and it's over. It is over for Fjellberg. Now it's time for Pachon to take the race lead. People on YouTube over here trying to freak me out saying I'm muted. Oh, Pachon goes down from the front. And now Seth Carr takes over. Dylan Bollinger is going to try to hold tough. But Seth Carr might be off and running at the front. There's that quad. Triple quad double for the 450 boys. We've been asking for on-board laps, so let's see what Seth Carr puts it down. Oh my gosh, he just tripled the finish and then doubles to the inside rut. Jesus, this is crazy. All right, I want to see, are there any other crazy lines I didn't know about for Seth Carr here? Inside through the sand, doubling. Double across. No, he's just going to take the normal line here, which is, yeah, it's still fast as can be. So then triple, quad. Little short, so he's not going to get the double out. That was going to be a burner otherwise. 53.6 out front. And he's still tripling the finish to do this double to the inside. Crazy stuff. Seabolt third, Hubbard fourth, Pachon back to the 5 spot, dealing with heat from Frank Jackson. Where's Frank the Tankman, man? Nami Cowie. But he's up here in the 6th spot. Ryan Chowsey in 7th, Alec Horn 8th. Walter Gebhardt in 9th. Oh, and down goes Chowsey. So Ryan Chowsey is down. Dare I say he washed the front end? No, I'm kidding. Oh, and down at the end of the whoops is Gebhardt. So a few guys going to go by. Devin Ryan, D. Davis, to name a few. Heilman up into the 8th spot. Davis now 9th. Shout out to It's Not Jackson subbing up on Prime over on Twitch for his 11th month. Oh, D. Davis down out of a transfer. Brutal. Seth Crotty gonna go by. Walter Gebhardt. Jared Gummison, Ben Nerona. D. Davis gets on in front of Chowsey. Fjellberg's back here. Look at Connor Linz, the 357. Just out here crushing it, you know, holding down a very strong but respectable 17th, I think is what we're running right now. Yep. Hey, better than me. Better than me. Uh-oh, John Heilman down at the end of the whoops out of a transfer spot. So the 30 is going backwards, trying to put a block pass on Jared Gummison, and made it happen. Oh, Gummison just got teed up in the background by Ben Nerona. all the fun festivities happen back here. We're missing the racing out front, but we don't miss anything because Seth Carr is just cruise control right now. This guy, for those that have not been watching, is basically the Jet Lawrence of MX Sim right now. So fast, so consistent. He's got the red plate for a reason. But he still has the veterans making life difficult for him. The 4-time champ Braden Carter gets the win last week, and Carr, bit of a struggle, but still got his way into the podium position late at Glendale. So Carr's going to check in out front, and to be honest, we're about to get an extra lap out of these 450 guys because the lap times are insane, and he's still tripling the finish. That is incredible. I wonder if can you quad the finish and roll single the inside? He's probably in the air for too long, but is he the only guy doing this? Why is no one else taking this route? He just finds a way to do it consistently, apparently. Feels like Hubbard's been hawking Jeremy Seabolt for most of this race. Not able to make a pass yet, but maybe he's comfortable in this position. He's just realizes, I'm fourth, cruising, no big deal, throwing fat whips. Alec Horn, Frank Jackson, 5-6. Anthony Pachon, 7th. Gebhardt back into the top 10. He's in 8th. Jeremy Shipley, fresh off the couch and probably sitting with his iRacing steering wheel and foot pedals right in front of him, is running 9th. You want to talk about a throwback? This guy was the biggest thorn in the side of Tyson Fresquez in his early title years. It's like if Tyson Fresquez is Jeremy McGrath IRL, Jeremy Shipley is like Ezra Lusk or Kevin Windham, man. He would just have insane speed and win races at the drop of a hat, and actually hung around for a while, still had the career number 39 up until, what, 2020-ish or so? And then stopped playing the game for a little bit, but good to see he's back. Holding down the final transfer spot for now. Can Devin Ryan, number 90 BPC Suzuki, run him down? It is not white flag just yet because Seth Carr is that far out front that he still beat the timer, and there's still some time left before he gets to the flag again. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Devin Ryan's going down just as he was maybe about to get by Anthony Pachon, and that should solidify our transfer spots now. Pachon's got a big gap. Shipley, Gebhardt, Jackson, Horn, Seabolt, Hubbard, Bollinger, and Seth Carr now on the final lap of the race out front. Zerk Campos says, I'm feeling a bit sad today. And I am sad. I don't have A-Wood in the booth with me. I've also had a pretty big headache all day. But had to get a lot of work done today so that I could go ride with my best friend Big Lou tomorrow. But no, I'm having fun, man. Maybe I'll loosen up. I'll go get a beer or something. Meanwhile, Seth Carr is on his way to victory. 450, heat number 1 in Seattle goes to Seth Carr. Bollinger is going to hold on for second. Hubbard got Seabolt late for third, but will he hold it? Seabolt's trying to get to the outside and rail the corner. Going to be close. Ooh, that was very close. But Hubbard holds on by 16 hundredths of a second. Alec Horn 5th. Frank Jackson's going to get 6th. A lot of guys got lapped in this race. Wow, 11th place got lapped. Walter Gebhardt 7th. Jeremy Shipley's going to the main event in Seattle. Maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. No, he's good. Shipley back in the main event for the first time in who knows how long. Lane Burks will probably dig this out for me, but good to see Jeremy Shipley back in a 450 main event in MX Sim. And Pachon, barring a disaster, is going to get 9th here. Fjellberg just short going to the LCQ. So Pachon and Fjellberg round out your top 10 in this one. So Fjellberg crosses in 10th, but everyone in front of him goes through to the main event. And Seth Carr is still out here just grinding laps, just putting it down. If you're ever interested in seeing how Seth Carr goes so fast, he puts his main events up on his YouTube channel every week. So check out, I think it's literally just Seth on YouTube, but type in Seth, MX Simulator, main event, whatever, and they'll pop up. very interesting perspective to see his race last week at Glendale, because he was obviously battling for the win against Seth Shirley and Braden Carter, and Carter went from third to first with 2 laps to go, pulled the win off, and Seth Carr did not seem too thrilled about running into Seth Shirley on the last lap. And then a thing that I missed is Seth Carr was trying, or I can't remember who quadded, but someone was trying to quad by Seth Shirley or Seth Carr, the other one, in the final rhythm section at Glendale, and they landed on each other. So they actually weren't that far behind Carter when they got up, but then they ended up like 15 seconds down at the flag. So, yeah, very chaotic end to the race last week. Do I watch all the guys' POVs? I watch a decent amount. I try to go back and watch definitely the ones that were like in the mix for the win and stuff, but even like sometimes Carter will upload his when he has a bad race, and I like to go see what happened. So, but I don't always get a chance to. Try to, at least. iMoto251 let me know that Shipley's first main since 2020 round 13. So shout out Jeremy Shipley, making it in first time in almost 6 years. It's in a 450 main event tonight. That's cool. All right, final heat race of the night coming up. And Heckman's asking if I'm going to Detroit, and I am not. And I'm honestly not that bummed about it. I like Detroit, but I've gone the last couple of years, and Detroit was the first place in my life I ever drove in the snow. Can't say I'm too fond of it. Can't say I'm itching to go back, to be honest with you. No disrespect to my folks that live in the Midwest or just any northern state that likes driving in the snow, but when you're a Cali kid, snow's not really your jam. Just got to say that, you know. All right, here we go. It is time for the final heat race of the night. 450 Heat 2. This one's stacked. Let's go. Big names around, and it's going to be the 33 of Padani leading him in. Rockefeller from the outside tried to get there, but Padani gets the whole shot. He's got Eagland right on his hip, but Eagland is down. He got hit from behind by a Cowie. Didn't quite see who that was, but the champ is on the ground. So Padani leads lap 1 here with Castellaneta in tow in the 2 spot. Sully 3rd, McIntosh in 4th. And Noah Bindis up in the Bindis right here, rounding out the top 5. Deering 6th, Hunter Ash 7th, Dickerson 8th, Nygren in 9th, which means there's a lot of big names outside looking in. Leclerc, Brion, Larson, Rockefeller. There is Carter, last week's winner. And Eagland is down again in the background. Colby Eagland is dead last in this heat race, the defending champ. 25 points down entering, or 26 points down entering tonight. And needed a big rebound. He really needs his first win of the season, but getting a heat race going like this is not going to work for him. I get it, Matt Edwards, that Tahoe's in NorCal. So is Mammoth and some of those other places. But not many people in California grow up in those places, so you don't drive in the snow necessarily. It's not like you wake up and you, oh, another day where they got to salt the roads. And look at these big names that Eagland has got to work his way through. And I was told that this is going to look like a main event in this heat race, and it's kind of delivering so far. Look at this freight train at the front. Padani's leading. But Castellaneta, Sully, McIntosh, Dickerson, they're all right in tow. Look at this. Sully's working on Castellaneta. The 22 versus the 11. Gotta say, quite digging Phil's gear tonight. Very good, clean stuff. Is that TLD? It's just like a LE kit. Oh, Castellaneta almost through the front door, but stayed up. Oh, inside. Gets taken down by Rogan McIntosh. Dooley's over the finish line jump, too, with Luke Sullivan. McIntosh defending inside. Sully going for the 3-1 to the inside before the triple's going to take the position. We got more dualies in store. Oh, dualies. McIntosh doesn't quite get it sideways enough for my liking, though. It's all right. Sully tripling onto the table cleanly, though, man. Look at the height that he got out of that JIBR.co Cowie. And in the mix, though, is Dickerson on the 260. A little short. Oh, jumping off the track, I should say. Risky track wrench. He still goes for the 3. That is talent right there. Isaiah Dickerson, former 250 Supercross champion, now turned into literally the guy that makes basically every model for this game anymore. You're looking at the new Honda or KTM or Yamaha or whatever, and it's always Isaiah Dickerson seemingly putting that stuff out. I have not done four-wheel drive donuts in a snowy parking lot because I'm a law-abiding citizen. No, honestly, I was so scared to drive in the snow in Detroit. I was like, please don't get stuck. I don't want to have to try to push this thing out of here. As Dickerson goes down on the rear fender there of Rogan McIntosh, Brion's going to go by. The 61 of Noah Bindis going to go by. And Carter has made it all the way to 6th. So he's recovered nicely. He's in a pretty good spot here. Will he stay here, though, is the question. Late mistake could cause problems. Leclerc up into 8th. Tyler Lang is now 9th. As Dickerson and Leclerc are going at it. Lang made a mistake, and the 22 of Castellaneta gets back by for the final transfer spot. Oh, and Lang shorts the triple. Jumping through the middle of both of them. Arnbrister trying to get there. He wants to be called Jay-Z. Oh, dualies galore over the finish line. Look at that cut down out of the corner by Arnbrister, too. Is he going to try this line? This is his teammate, though. Filski and Snowboard battling it out, and it works. Castellaneta squares it back off. Dualies, fat ones, oppo direction as well, and Castellaneta's going to just rip the whoops and get him right back. Arnbrister explodes all over the floor, and he's down. Ash Deering runs into him. T-Lang went by. Vilar's coming up. Nygren, Seth Shirley's outside looking in, and Eagland is still back here as well. So Shirley and Eagland, two guys that not only do we expect to win races, but are still kind of in the championship hunt. Might be LCQ bound here tonight, unless something dramatic happens in these final few laps. Rider down helps Eagland gain another position, but he's only 15th, and he's running the fastest laps of the race. He literally ran a 53.1 last time by and lit up purple on our timing sheets. He's all over Arnbrister trying to get into 14th, but he needs so much help to get there. Where is P9 right now? It is Brion here at the end of the whoops. So Xander Brion is your final transfer spot for now. Will it stay that way? We'll see. By the way, white flag not out yet, but Donnie checked in about 5 seconds before time expired. So 2 laps to go. Now, Padani from Luke Sullivan, McIntosh, top 3 stayed pretty much the same. And now Carter is working on his teammate, Isaiah Dickerson. And he's brought Leclerc with him, so Carter triples by. Look at Leclerc tripling to the inside. What a move by Leclerc. I did not think that was going to be possible for these guys. And Leclerc almost passed Carter with it. I think Carter's wondering where that one came from, too. Rider down, that is the 59 of McIntosh, and Carter got sideways. Leclerc squares off. How does Carter still triple on? Well, he doesn't, and Leclerc gets the pass done, so Leclerc up to 3rd. 2018 Supercross champ, 5-time pro motocross champion in this game, Alexis Leclerc out of Picardy, France. Looking feisty here in Seattle. He must like the rutted conditions. Meanwhile, speaking of feisty, we might have a battle for the win on our hands. White flag is in the air, and Padani is under attack from Luke Sullivan. Both of them rip through these corners very well. Sully, not through the front door, sunshine. Hopping the whoops a little bit, and Padani gets solidly through there. Little nose heavy on landing, and someone flipping over the berm the other direction there. Oh, Sully, where did that run come from as he launches into the sand and takes the lead? What a move. Ripped the corner. Padani had no idea it was coming, but Padani might have a line back here. Watch this triple to the inside. Just you watch. Oh, it's close. Now the run to the finish. Do they both quad? They do. Does Pedani go for the send in the final corner? He's just going to rip the rut behind him and hold on. Luke Sullivan wins the heat. Pedani second, goes to the main with him. Oh, and Carter lights up Leclerc for fourth. What was that about? Or third, I should say. Is that payback for something? Did I miss it? I don't know, but wow, Carter gets by Leclerc. Leclerc will end up fourth anyway. Something happened between those two that we missed. And Castellaneta ends up fifth, McIntosh sixth, Bindis seventh, Deering eighth, and T-Lang is down. Dickerson goes through in ninth. Was that a last turn takeout that we just missed the end of? What is going on in the 450 class? So Lang, single digit, Blakely, former race winner, Brion, Seth Shirley in the championship hunt, Colby Eaglin, literally your defending champion, all going to the LCQ. So how about that one? B-Lars, Hunter Ash, Brandon Nygren, Jacob Arnbrister, Aaron Rockefeller, myself in warm-up. Getting feisty out there, man. These guys are making some enemies. And Sully, after all is said and done, wins this heat race by 0.3 of a second. He will roll to the gate second here tonight in Seattle. All right, what a wild heat race that was. And we're coming up with our LCQs here in just a moment. We'll be back real quick on the other side of this break. You're watching Underground RC live on Start Your Systems.
Have you been to the area's premier radio-controlled hobby shop and raceway? Underground Raceway and Hobbies in Great Northern Mall has 2 indoor tracks for racing at every experience level. Don't have your own car? No problem. You can rent one from us. When you're ready to get your own, we've got an on-site hobby shop with everything you need, including all the popular brands. Underground Raceway and Hobbies has kits for land, sea, and air. Cars, boats, planes, you name it. Come see us next to Dick's in the Great Northern Mall in Clay.
Welcome back, everyone, into round number 6 of Underground RC Supercross here in MX Simulator. 250 last chance qualifier coming up. It's your boy, Kellen Brower, in the booth, calling the action here tonight. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. Can't wait to see what happens in these LCQs, man. The spiciest racing of the night. It's always so good. And there are some big names, really, in both of these LCQs that are begging to get in the main event here tonight. So let's go racing, shall we? Whoops, press the wrong button. I was trying to go here. Wrong one, my bad. All right. It's time for the LCQs here in Seattle. Who do we watch? Jackson Vick needs a good start. How about Dallaire up the inside? Who's it going to be? 4 go through. LCQ in Seattle. Oh, terrible start for Vick. It's going to be Tyson Johnson into the corner first. Up the inside's Joey Carter. They're side by side. I think Carter got it by a nose. And he's going to take the race lead because jumping through is the 240. He goes down. He takes Tyson Johnson with him. 240 was Dre Edwards. Tyson Johnson also down. It's now Carter leading from Tanner Thorson. Caden Koepke. Gotta watch out for the 940 up the inside. That's Tucker Zimmerman. And we are off and running in the LCQs. Whoa, Koepke, I think that was going wide. No, excuse me, that was Thorson. Koepke is still up here. We're looking at Koepke. I don't know what I'm looking at. Joey Carter, Koepke, Zimmerman, and Cormac. Oh, man. That's hilarious. Haywood and I, almost a year ago, no, this is 2 years ago then, we added stars to our channel points in Twitch, and it was 10,000 channel points to add 1 second to us yelling the word Redbud. While the Redbud stream was going on, and WheezyCo just redeemed 10,000 channel points for me to add 1 second to saying Redbud. So we'll wait till this race is over, then we'll just get a random Redbud in here, you know, in the Pacific Northwest of Seattle, no problem. But it's Joey Carter leading here in Seattle, Koepke P2, Cormac in third. And Andre Feitosa rounds out our transfer spots. KKKKK in chat. Brazil's finest, revving it up here in P4. Uh-oh, getting sideways, front flip, and down he goes. Caden Wharton's going to go by. So Wharton into the final transfer spot. Timmy Briscoe, who's got a podium to his name, is back here as well. Remember Jackson Vick, Dylan Delaire, some really fast qualifiers are back there. Oh, Koepke was down in the sand inside. Gonna allow some guys to go by, including Tucker Zimmerman, who moves into the final transfer spot. Caden Wharton is off rhythm, and Zimmerman's going to go into third. Oh, Wharton trying to hold steady in position here in fourth. The nerves have got to be so high right now. About halfway through this race, still 2:30 or so to go, plus that lap. Oh, Wharton sideways has to roll. Now Timmy Briscoe and Caden Koepke are closing up. Joey Carter's running away with this thing at the front. Caden Wharton sideways in the whoops and down. Oh, the whoops eat him up. And that allows Briscoe into the final transfer spot and gives us one heck of a transfer battle to watch suddenly, as Caden Koepke is right there putting the heat on. Oh, and like that, goes to the inside and Briscoe goes down. Delaire and Jackson Vick goes storming through. So our two lowest national numbers in this race are in 5th and 6th respectively. Who could get to Caden Koepke first? Delaire's going to have the first chance. These are TSCZ KTM teammates. How much do they want to try to work together and maybe get by Koepke and go after Zimmerman so they both can make it? Never fun to have to battle your teammate for the final transfer spot in an LCQ. Makes for a very unfun evening in Discord after that. Or if you're old like me, the very unfun evenings would be in Ventrilo. Getting yelled at by a myriad of my friends, who I still call my friends today. So, look, it all works out in the end. Delaire, though, is closing up on Koepke, bringing Vic with him. Oh, that 3 is so difficult to get, and Jackson Vick was off rhythm there. They're actually not making too many inroads yet on Koepke. This is pretty even keel. Koepke goes 55 flat, fastest lap of the race, 55.2 for Delaire. So Koepke is running with it, man. He is getting away from these guys a little bit, and instead trying to keep his focus up ahead on Zimmerman. Zimmerman hopping the whoops. Koepke front flips and down. Oh, look at those. Delaire's down too at the end of the whoops. And coming through out of nowhere and barrel rolling to death is Andre Feitosa. Now Koepke gets it picked up just as Delaire gets there. And now these two have no shot at getting Zimmerman, so that gives a huge sigh of relief to the front three. But Delaire's got to try to hold it on. Oh, Koepke, a mistake. That's going to cost him too much time, I think. We'll have to wait and see in the whoops one more time. But Joey Carter in the whoops for the final time is through them smoothly. He's on his way to victory here. How about Cormac? Evan Cormac into the whoops. Oh, a little sideways on entry, but very nicely done to corral it together. How about Zimmerman? Is he clean? He's like, you know what? We're just doubling. We're hopping. And now Dallaire's got to get through them clean too. Little sideways off the triple landing. Steady as it can be. Doubles his way out. Should be good to go. Speaking of good to go, Joey Carter, big sigh of relief, third in points, has to go through the LCQ, but he makes it. Joey Carter wins the LCQ here in Seattle. Evan Cormac, P2. Zimmerman third. And Dallaire will survive, barring a late disaster here, to go to the main event. Meaning your fastest qualifier, Jackson Vick, is going home early. Andre Feitosa, Tyson Johnson, Caden Kepke, Carson West, Timmy Briscoe, Caden Wharton, Braxton Martin, Austin Bear, Carter Greer, Sonny Spicer, Devin Johnson, Jackson Vick, Dre Edwards, Nicholas Langstrup, Luke Fowler, and Tanner Thorson. All done a bit early this evening. Shame for them. But good on Dallaire, Zimmerman, Cormac, and Joey Carter for making it through. What do we think about the Dr. Duke kits this week? They're always a little off the wall. We've got Blue Fox boots, which I don't even know I don't think they make those, but cool. And then an all black Dr. Duke kit, a black Fox helmet with a helmet fin, 100% blue goggles, and the Dr. Duke on the side. Like, I give them credit, man, because they definitely go off the wall with what they design, and it's noticeable. Like, you can see Dr. Duke riders from anywhere on the track. So, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. But I agree. The vented plate, I don't really like the vented plate simply because from far away you just cannot see what number he is. It could be any of his teammates. Like, it's cool though. Like, it's cool that you can see through it. You can see all the forks and stuff behind it, but wish I could see the number a little bit better, Mr. Carter. Just saying. All right, 450 LCQ, and you want to talk about stacked. Doesn't get much more stacked than this. Also, Coda Revis 199 in chat says, what was your best season / race? Well, race is easy. Is it? I don't know. I guess maybe not. I have one moto win, 450 Moto 1 at Budds Creek 2014 to my credit, as many people have heard 1,000 times. But honestly, like, my favorite race that I probably ever won was the MX2 qualifying race in 2012 to make Team USA for the MX Sim of Nations. That was maybe my favorite win. My best season by far was 2017 250 East, my last season racing. I finished 4th in the standings. I got like 3 podiums. So, yeah, thanks for the question, Coda. But, yeah, stacked 450 LCQ, we've got Braden Tharp on the 9. We've got Colby Eaglin, the defending champion, on the 1. Seth Shirley on the 44 is in this one. Chase Blakely on the 21. Tyler Lang on the 5. Xander Brion, who's been in a lot of mains. John Heilman. Ryan Chousey. Connor Linz. You know it's deep when Connor Linz is in LCQ. Doesn't matter if it's sim or bikes. Oh, man. Unavailable sequence in chat has got his popcorn ready for this one, and I do too. This is a lot of good dudes, and quite a few of them are going to be very unhappy after this one is over. As you see Seth Shirley getting upside down. So what's about to happen? I have literally no idea. This is about to be unbelievable. I think we got to watch Eaglin off the start, though. Because when the champ's in the LCQ, you got to pay attention, man. Fortunately, he's right in the middle, so we'll see a lot of the gate here. But so many single digits, so many race winners, so many guys that want to make it and will be bummed if they don't. Here we go. 450 LCQ from Seattle is off and running. Shirley and Eaglin, not bad starts, but they're going to get out-jumped into turn 1, and Eaglin is down in turn 1. Way back as Xander Brion gets the whole shot. Brion out front on the 55. Blakely up into the 2 spot and takes out Connor Linz, who was up there. Oh, Linz had a good start, and Blakely left him no room at the top of the berm, and down he goes. So it's Brion from Blakely. Oh, and Blakely gets a taste of his own medicine as Cody Branson says, this one's for Connor Linz. Gives it right back to him in the next corner. And it's Branson into second. Shirley third. That's big for him. And Beelars in fourth. Eaglin picks it up in 12th at the end of lap 1. So Beelars, Gummison, Chowsey, Hall, Nygren, Crotty, Arnbrister, Tharp, Lang, Blakely. Connor Linz is ahead of Eagland, who looks like he may have gone down again. Oh, so many guys going down in the whoops, including Linz. Blakely's down. Look at Tharp is down. He's stuck with Chowsey. I think that is on the 26. Branson was off the track, so I wonder if Blakely's going to repay him. Look at this. He tries, but it doesn't work. And these guys are currently 8th and 9th, so it doesn't even matter. But they're just going to go at each other. Oh, getting flipped sideways, though, was the 30 of John Heilman, and he instant disconnects. So Blakely jumps up the inside of Cody Branson, goes through with Caleb Hall. They're trying to work their way forward. Look at oh my gosh, Cody Branson quads into the corner. Blakely waits for him, goes for the tee up, and Branson cuts back underneath. This is the best race back here. And Eaglin's just coming into the mix of this like, WTF is happening? I don't want to be here. And he's just stuck. Blakely's just trying so hard to defend against Branson. He's not even going forward anymore. And Eaglin's like, please just let me through. I'm begging you guys. So he blocks Blakely. And this race is still hot and heavy between these guys. Oh, Branson comes up short. Blakely hopping in the whoops, but makes it. So Eaglin's up to 8th for what it's worth, and Branson just got together with Arnbrister, so they're going to be a bit buried. This is crazy. So Shirley to the lead, Gummison second, Seth Crotty. Talk about a ripper from the Pacific Northwest in his home race up here. If you guys have ever been to, I went to PIR, Thursday Night Motocross, before Washougal. And I did not know Seth Crotty was as good as he is, but he's like considered the local hero up there. And great to see him out here repping in Seattle for Boots House. Not seen him this year, I don't think, just yet, but he's up here at the front in P2. Gummison third, Brion fourth, Lang is up to fifth, Beelars, Hall, and then Eagland in eighth. So it's not over just yet. Hey, shout out T-Money15M, subbing up with his Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for the support, man. Oh, this race is going to get good, I think. Seth Shirley just pulling away, just begging the chaos to continue to ensue behind him and make this thing easy. D-Lang missed rhythm. Beelars is going to close up with Hall. Oh, Beelars down. And Eagland avoided it. Doesn't get the main rhythm through there, though. All right, so what happened now? Crotty got passed up. He's back to fourth. Gummison went through, as did Brion. Crotty is now in the 4 spot. Final transfer spot back there. Oh, and Gummison, another PN dub Ripa. So shout out Jared Gummison. We got the guys coming out of the woodwork here, dude. It's like watching Southwick, and you got all the local yokels from New England up there crushing it, but instead it's all the Pacific Northwest dudes trying to get in this main event, sandwiching the Frenchman Xander Brion. Crotty's going to start feeling some heat soon, though. T-Lang is back there. Little mistake for Brion just ahead of these guys as well. Got the sand wrong. Still got a few laps to work with here, and now T-Lang is on Crotty. And Eagland has gotten by Caleb Hall, so he's still on the charge. Crotty gets by Brion, and now Brion is back to the bubble spot as here comes T-Lang. Over the finish line jump. Does he go for the pass here? No. Swings wide. Brion goes defensive. Lang squares back underneath. Brion defensive. Good maneuver there to block the inside. Almost through the front door. And Lang goes into him and goes down. Brion squared off the corner and hit Lang, and it caused Lang to go down. And down in the whoops goes the 74 of Gummison. So Brion goes to third. Eagland's up to fourth. So Eagland is in as of now. Caleb Hall is still right there, though. Brion inside. Look at this. Caleb Hall gets by Eagland for the time being, but then messes up the rhythm. They're going back and forth across each other. Does Hall go for a pass? No, he shorts the triple out. Look at Eagland's just like, let me quad by you guys, please. But Brion fighting back. Oh, Brion. was tight right there. And look at this, down after the finish. That's Fjellberg getting nicely out of the way. It's still Shirley, Crotty, and Eaglin to fourth, Brion fifth with Hall right there. Oh, this is so good. How close do you want it to be for this final transfer spot? Gummason's lurking back there. B. Lars and T. Lang want to get in the mix. Hall down the inside of the whoops. Backs out of the challenge. Brion had to send it. This is the final lap of the race. Hall! Oh, I thought he was going to go right there. They both get to the inside of the sand. Eaglin's backwards in the sand. And he's out of a transfer spot. Seth Shirley wins the LCQ. Crotty, Brion, and Hall are in right now. Do they stay here? No! Caleb Hall's down on the last lap. Eaglin, by the skin of his teeth, is going to the main event. Fourth place in the LCQ when he threw it away on the last lap, and Hall hands it to him. Oh, Caleb Hall is going to be so mad. Chelsea just misses out in sixth. Blakely, Larson, T-Lang out of this one. Tharp just got the boot from District earlier this week. Now on Sunbelt is going to miss the main. Connor Linz in his return gets 11th in the LCQ. Honestly, not a bad showing. He's going to get 10th actually because T-Lang was down. Rockefeller, Gummison, Nygren, Branson, Ash, Fjellberg, Arnbrister, D. Davis, Devin Ryan, John Heilman. Chaos, man. Unbelievable. But Seth Shirley, he'll breathe a sigh of relief. He's in. Seth Crotty, man, local. Getting it done. Love to see that. Brion and Eaglin confirmed goes through P4. Wow. Unreal. I don't even know what to say. How do you come back from that if you're Caleb Hall, dude? That's brutal. Brutal. Jackadoo 569, thank you so much for the Prime sub. And now we get to roll right into the main events, man. What was that? How? Like, how? Colby Eaglin, fourth place in the LCQ. I mean, in a way, I think the guys we expected to make it, aside from T-Lang, did end up making it through. But if you're Caleb Hall, you're buying a new controller. You really are. Like, your controller has hit a wall at about 94 miles an hour. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. But that's the way it goes sometimes in MX Sim. You just feel like you got it under wraps. One straightaway to go. You have to get through an 8 set of three-foot singles, and you just case one, and it's over before you know it. Crazy stuff. All right, man. 250 main coming up. Tyler Shovey, Evan Holt, Wyatt Grant, J.R. Reyes, Tyler Smith, Antonio Vellotti, Ryan Pinkerton, Talon Zollers, Joey Carter, Christopher Harris, Evan Cormack, Caden Pankow, Jeremy Schiabro, Ryder DeRigo, Jeff Cooper, Cash Woods, Dylan Delaire. It's big names in this one. This is going to be fun. Tucker Zimmerman, Bodie Parker, Dalton Caudill, Ryder Bednar. Pick your favorite, man. Who's going to get the Stats Guy Whole Shot Award, of course, as well. Big shout out to Stats Guy. Lane Burks always providing us with some awesome stuff. You guys probably know him as iMoto, hanging out in the Twitch chat. Always giving us some good stuff. He actually also sent me a note that Shipley, who made the 450 main earlier tonight, it's not only his first main event since round 13 of 2020, it's the first time he's even attempted to race since that night. So how about it? Jeremy Shipley just literally rolls in out of nowhere and goes right back to making main events. That is pretty cool. Love to see it. All right, man. This is going to be a barn burner. Cashwood. So this is the gear that we didn't get a chance to see, but we get to see now. That limited edition stuff, the green boots. Pretty solid. Bodie Parker, Evan Cormack, Tyler Smith, Pinkerton. You name it, they're here. It's time for the final 250 West race before the long break. Round 6 of their championship. And we kick off the East next week, but these guys still got a show to put on for you. And it's coming at you right now. We're up in the Pacific Northwest. We're in Seattle. It's round 6 of 250 West here in MX Sim Supercross. Let's go! 81 of J.R. Reyes gets there first. Joey Carter from the outside out of the LCQs trying to get the stats guy a whole shot, and he's got it by tripling into the first rhythm section. Into the race lead goes Joey Carter. Second for Wyatt Grant, pushes J.R. Reyes to the berm, and it's Carter from Grant. Evan Holt up into the 3 spot right away. Big names out front. This could be a good one, folks. Shout out Racer D-Rat, $5 in chat. If you haven't seen it, look up Imperial Controller Throw. Absolutely legendary. We'll check that out after this one. But Joey Carter leads lap 1. Redemption story. Could this be the night that Carter wins his first 250 main event? He was 3 corners from winning Seattle last year and crashed it away. Now he's leading again, trying to do it just a year later. Wyatt Grant, though, who won last week in Glendale, is trying to get his second win on the trot and keep his championship hopes alive. He's got Evan Holt right there with him. And here we go, different lines. Grant goes to the outside of the sand, cuts back across, shorts the double. And Holt trying to jump by him, didn't want to land on him, so he had to kind of check up. Wow, J.R. Reyes stayed up, even getting pushed high in that corner by Wyatt Grant. That's a good move by him to stay on 2 wheels. We got Ryan Pinkerton here on the 92. Jeff Cooper, 35 machine back there. It looks like teammates, but they're actually not. Jeff Cooper and Pinkerton, they're running identical gear. Basically identical helmets, too. But they're on different teams. Can get confusing that way. So Reyes holds a strong P4 as Carter leads by 1 second over Wyatt Grant. Evan Holt, J.R. Reyes is getting sideways in the whoops, going to lose 2 spots to the brotherly duo, if you will. Jeff Cooper and Pinkerton going through. Look at the 56 of Ryder Dorigo back there and the 14 of Cash Woods in the background. Jeff Cooper trying to make the move on Pinkerton, doesn't get there. So here's our first sign of the points leader, Cash Woods. Not a great heat race for him tonight. Obviously fell in turn 1, that didn't help. But then left with a so-so gate pick, still got a good start. Now can he charge through the field and win his 4th race of the season? Absolute freight train at the front of the field. And speaking at the front, Joey Carter and Wyatt Grant ready to do battle. Into the whoops, man. These will be tricky as they continue to break down, and Carter's hopping a little bit, then Grant starts hopping, rides the nose in. Evan Holt back there. Looks like the 81 of J.R. Reyes may have just made a mistake. Yes, he's outside the top 10 now. Wyatt Grant wants a piece of the lead, man. He's feeling that hunger after winning Glendale last week, his first career main event win. And sometimes it just takes the one, man. Finally break through, get the confidence flowing, and you turn into a new man. And Wyatt Grant is certainly feeling it right now as he pulls up on Joey Carter for the race lead. Oh, this is going to get so good as 3 guys nose to tail, and there's still a freight train behind them of 4 riders that could get in the mix. Wyatt Grant, new fastest lap of the race at a 55.273. TSCZ Productions. It's about halfway through those whoops, man. Both of them start kind of losing a little bit of momentum. But Joey Carter a bit cleaner this time through, so actually opened up that gap a little bit. I was just about to say, with the speed Wyatt Grant has, how long does he wait? Like, does he force a pass soon, or is he content sitting behind Carter? Maybe waiting for that mistake to open the door of opportunity. Oh, Evan Holt just short of the triple in the background and lucky not to have a fall. Look at this chaos back here. As Ryder Dorigo just got passed up by Cash Woods. He's trying to get him back, though. And that was the 56. Or I'm sorry, the 92 of Pinkerton. They just made a mistake in front of Cash Woods. Let them go by. Looks like Holtzy's dropped off the pace of the 2 leaders just a tiny bit. Yeah, he's about 4 seconds back of the lead, so he's slipping back into this group. Jeff Cooper, Cash Woods, Dorigo, Pinkerton, they're all nose to tail. Oh, Wyatt Grant's starting to struggle with those whoops a little bit. There's Holt, Cooper, Woods, Dorigo, Pinkerton getting sideways and down at the end of the whoops. Tyler Chovy goes by. Hankow, and then, J.R. Reyes trying to get stopped, goes down himself. Hate to see that happen. Oh, battle for the leads brewing. Carter under attack. Wyatt Grant 3. Oh, over the bars he goes, though. Oh, he sat into the next 3, and I think he was expecting it to pitch him higher in the air, and it just put him through the front door. Wyatt Grant down out of P2 allows Cash Woods and a number of others to go by. Jeff Cooper, Evan Holt, and now Joey Carter's got some breathing room. 3.2 second lead. He looks like he's feeling the flow in those whoops. Maybe a little bit extra time in that LCQ. Let him learn the whoops maybe a tiny bit better. I don't know. He's looking sharp out front. Jeff Cooper under attack. This is now 3rd in this race. And Cash Woods trying to get there. Update championship-wise. Where is the 36 of Jeremy Schiabro? 18th. So this is a night that Schiabro and Carter really needed to make amends, and Carter's doing the job at the front, but certainly not Schiabro. How about Jeff Cooper, though, just keeping the 14 of Cash Woods at bay. You know Cooper's fast, but Cash Woods has been so lights out this year. Going to try to get to the inside. Cooper outside 3-1. Cash Woods to the inside, shows a wheel, and Cooper holds steady. Into the whoops they go. Who's got the better drive? And it's Cooper. Actually, Woods had to kind of check up, started hopping through him a little bit. Good fight between those two. Clean fight so far. Oh, Joey Carter just missed this rhythm section. Didn't see how he got it wrong, but he did. That's going to allow Holtzy to close up just that little bit more. So let's give you guys a lap time check. This time through the flag, it's going to be Joey Carter 56.6. Evan Holt goes 55.3, 1.3 seconds faster. Jeff Cooper 56.4. Cash Woods 58.4. So bad lap for Cash Woods. Fastest rider on the track in this front group for sure is Evan Holt, and lap traffic coming into play. How good does this one get? Halfway through the main event here in Seattle, 250 West, round 6 of their season. Joey Carter is leading this thing to the good of 3 seconds right now. But lap traffic will become a factor here at some point as Holtzy's trying to weave through it a little bit. That's the 57 of Antonio Velati. Joey Carter has a bit of breathing room once again. A couple guys in between. He and Evan Holt will help his case. And man, the ruts are starting to get kind of gnarly on this track. Certainly in the whoops. Big ruts in them, and Carter's kind of hopping through them a little bit. Nice save. How long do they keep tripling onto this table with that rut coming out of the corner getting pretty bad? Also, the rut in the double-double after the finish line jump's getting pretty gnarly too. All right, so Carter missed the inside rut because the rider was down. This is why he ended up offline here. Carter goes for the 2-3-3 option here. Oh, he's going to be a little short. Nicely done, though, and it's down to 1.4 suddenly. So watch to go over the line, 57.1 to a 55.2. 2 seconds gained that last time by for Holtzy. Look at this inside right here. How long does Carter keep taking it? Look at really choppy, and exit still pretty choppy too. Holtzy's still got a lapper between he and Carter out front. It is the 2.62 of Dalton Caudill. And he's going down in front of Holtzy, who had to check up big time not to hit him. Velati closed up a little bit on him there, but that's not for position, of course. Meanwhile, Cash Woods is up into 3rd, and he's only 5 seconds off the lead. He ran is one of his best laps of the race at a 54.8. It's not the fastest lap, but it's close. And he's going to start working his way into this battle as well. Antonio Velati is racing Evan Holt really hard for position here, even though he's not in this fight, as Holtzy shorts the triple in, barrel rolls, and he's down. Cash Woods is going to go by. So Joey Carter leads still, but Cash Woods 4.4 seconds down, goes 55.9, gained another second that time by. And Carter's just begging the lappers to get out of the way. That is the 92 of Pinkerton, I believe he just lapped. And the whoops obviously still breaking down. They'll become a factor. How about this, though, for a repeat? This is insane. It's just a bit of a flipped script, if you will, because Carter last year at Seattle was the one that was running down Cash Woods. Caught him late, passed him, crashed the very next corner, and Cash Woods won the main event. On the flip side, though, Cash Woods is now running Joey Carter down. Do we see a carbon copy, but in the opposite direction? Man, this could be absolutely insane coming down to 4 minutes plus a lap to go. That is the gap over the line. 2.5 seconds. New fastest lap of the race. Cash Woods, 54.562. Insane speed he's putting down, and he finally cleared that big group of lappers, so Joey Carter's got no line of defense anymore. It is between these two. 13 seconds back in third is Jeff Cooper. Wyatt Grant has made it back to fourth around Evan Holt, who looks like he may have just had another fall. Joey Carter, another mistake. Same thing in this rhythm section. And Cash Woods is going to get it clean and be right there. Here we go. Uh-oh, Cash Woods, though, jumping off the track. Got to be careful with the re-entry. Doesn't lose too much time. Oh, man, 3:20 on the clock plus a lap. Lappers in play ahead of him. Joey Carter still looking for his first career main event win. Cash Woods on his heels looking for his fourth win of the season. J.R. Reyes in front. Nowhere to go in the whoops. Oh my goodness, how does Joey Carter make it through there? And J.R. Reyes takes Carter down, and Cash Woods runs into him, and he also goes down. They're both in the tough blocks. J.R. Reyes did not get out of the wave with the blue flag, but the battle continues regardless. Oh, Cash Woods almost jumped on Joey Carter's back, and he's going to get him to the inside. Woods to the race lead, doubling over Joey Carter. Carter wants to fight back, but has nothing to do with it. Now J.R. Reyes still in the way here. Crossing up in front of Cash Woods. He finally concedes out of the way, but he's still in the way of Joey Carter. Lets him go by. All right, so how does Cash Woods manage with the lappers? And now it's literally a carbon copy of last year. Carter chasing Cash Woods, trying to win this race. A little short on the triple for Cash Woods. Lappers are certainly in play here again. Oh, down was the 57 of Velati at the end of the whoops, and Carter, oh, he's not even going for the triple on anymore. That rut's getting too deep, I think. Still lappers in front. They're both going to get out of the way. Very nicely done, Christopher Harris and the 73 of Talon Zollers. Harris just right there alongside of Cash Woods, but Carter's losing touch quickly. He held on mightily, but it's just so difficult when there's someone going as fast as Cash Woods and being consistent as Cash Woods is. A tough combo to beat. Lapper certainly didn't help. Now Woods getting passed back. Christopher Harris goes back by him and kind of whips in his face. So what's happening right now? I don't really get it. Woods a little sideways in the whoops. So Joey Carter's still trying to get on his horse now. He's clean through the whoops there and goes back to the triple on. So Harris, whoa, Cash Woods into the tough block, still goes for the double across. Is not going to get this rhythm very clean, but eventually gets through it. And Joey Carter off rhythm again, still not getting comfortably through there. So something about the sand has really hurt Joey Carter late in this race. And we're coming to 2 to go, but there's still so much lap traffic right in front of Cash Woods. 3 guys right in front of him and getting out of shape too. Oh, they're down on the start straight. Cash Woods with nowhere to go, almost runs into a couple of them. That holds him up at least a little bit. Joey Carter can sense some opportunities maybe. Lap and a half to go. Cash Woods needs clean runs in the whoops. Harris going down in front of him. Cash Woods is down at the end of the whoops. Here comes Joey Carter to take the race lead with a lap and a half to go. Now it's on. Woods gets up right behind him, and here we go. Joey Carter still not getting the sand clean, just refusing to go to that inside, and Cash Woods is going to try to get him back. Carter goes for the 3-3-1. Woods triples to the outside. He's off the track. He's off the track to the outside. And Carter's back into the race lead. White flag in the air at Seattle. What's about to happen on this final lap? Still lappers in the way. Still a daunting whoop section to get through, but Carter has found a way to get back to the front. Cash Woods sits 3 seconds back. Carter clean through the whoops. Still tripling on here. Doesn't need to get the rhythm section out of the sand clean. Just has to survive. No! He's down! He's down in the sand! And Cash Woods in the final lap takes the lead. Unbelievable. What is that curse? And J.R. Reyes, I think maybe to just try to help Joey Carter back again. Oh, Carter's still there. Final corner. Cash Woods gets it done again in Seattle. Unbelievable. What was that race? Joey Carter. Oh, sunshine. As Wyatt Grant gets third, Tyler Shelby fourth, and Bednar changed up his gear for us. Thanks so much for that. Gets a top 5 out of it. Ryder DeRigo 6th. Cody Parker in 7th. 8th for Dylan Delaire. Evan Holt back to 9th. And Harris, who unlapped himself, if you remember, is going to get a top 10 out of this. I think he was just getting fed up being behind those guys. Wow. That's crazy. So Harris gets a top 10. Zimmerman, Walter, Cooper, Cormac, and J.R. Reyes a lap down. Oh, I can't believe that. And as you guys are rightly pointing out, penalties have already applied on your leaderboards that you're seeing. And now they've applied in the server by 0.016. Cash Woods won this race. Carter needed to get literally fractions of a second closer at the checkered flag, and he would have won it with the penalty system. But Cash Woods wins again. His 4th win of the season, extends his championship lead heading into the break. Oh, I feel the heartbreak right now for Joey Carter, because that one was in his grasp. You go back to a year ago, and he stole the lead away late from Cash Woods. Anything could happen in those last 3 corners a year ago. And it's tough to say that Carter would have definitely won a year ago, but he had this win tonight, and just the slightest mistake in the sand sends him off, and it's over. Unbelievable. I don't know how we're going to top that for this 450 main, but we'll see. We will see. Big names in this one. It was very close in the LCQ for a handful of guys. And we're going to see if they can turn it around. Seth Shirley, Colby Eaglin made it in 4th in the LCQ, the defending champion. Seth Carr looked great in his heat race. He's looking for his 4th win of the season as well. Or could it be a new face? We've seen Leclerc. We have seen Braden Carter. We have seen Seth Carr win a race this year. 3 winners in the first 5 rounds. You'd assume the championship would even be kind of close because of that, but it's not. It is really already a breakaway for Seth Carr, and a little bit of Braden Carter 12 down behind him. Who else could get up there, man? There's been some good riders tonight. Seth Shirley almost won a week ago in Glendale. Luke Sullivan on the 11 has looked strong tonight. How about Jacob Hubbard? He gets out of the gate well. He could be in the mix. Johnny Padani, his heat race was very strong on the 33. There's a lot of guys that could do it, but only one walks out of here as the race winner. Woo! Crazy stuff in that 250 main. Will we get another one in the 450 main? I certainly hope so. The fingers are crossed. It all starts with our Stats Guy Hole Shot Award. Big shout out Lane Burks, the Stats Guy, holding down the sponsorship for the Hole Shot Award this season. Just look at this 450 field. Just feels like the talent gets deeper and deeper every single year. And then you have some throwbacks. You got guys like Jeremy Shipley just coming back and making it straight in. We saw Fjellberg here tonight. We saw Connor Linz back at it again. Really cool to see some familiar faces. But it's time, folks. Round 6 of Underground RC Supercross in MX Simulator is live here on Start Your Systems. We are in the Pacific Northwest for round 6 of this season. Seattle, are you ready? Let's bring the heat. 450 main. Let's go racing. 37 of Horn's going to get there first. Does he hold it down on the inside? No, I think it's the 2. Braden Carter, Stat Guy Hole Shot with Seth Shirley right there on his hip on the 44, and a big pile up behind them. Carter with the momentum from a week ago, winning his first main event of the season at Glendale. It was his 33rd career win. Back to the front right away, and he's got Shirley going with him. Seth Carr 8th, Colby Eaglin 9th at the end of one lap. Here we go. We've seen Carter be able to get early leads and pull away. Does this one have the same makings of it again here tonight? As Alec Horn moves into second place around Seth Shirley. We got Pachone up here on the 127. Brion got off to a good start as well. Carter's going to go into sprint mode. This is what he does. Very Jeremy McGrath-esque and fitting for the guy that's always been excellent in Supercross in this game. To be that kind of nature, but he sprints early, he gets those big leads, and then he's able to control the race from the front. Is there another one in store tonight? Horn, Shirley, Pachone, Brion, and Carr gets around Deering. He's up to 6th. Looks like Eaglin may have tossed it away. He's back to 16th. And still Seth Carr tripling the finish line jump to get this double to the inside. Brion was down, now turns into P5 for Seth Carr. Honestly, this could be a really fun race just to see if Carr can straight up run these guys down if everyone's able to stay on 2 wheels, because we know Carr's got the speed. Carter was your fastest qualifier tonight, but it seems like Seth Carr lately in the races has been able to find another gear. His lap speeds in the race themselves are crazy. He's got the Hot Lap of the Week award 3 out of the first 5 races of the season. Carter did get one of them. Jake Spieth got it last week. Big names out front, man. And Alec Horn just holding his own right here. Little long, had the suspension bottom out and goes into slide out mode. Good Shirley just tripling in right behind him though. And I'm curious to see with these 450 boys. We saw how much the track broke down in the 250 main. It's a complete reset for the 450 main. The road system doesn't go from race to race, but it does still break down quite a bit. And I wonder how much that will affect what these 450 guys try to do. What kind of lines they'll take, how consistent they're able to be. Because every single lap, that track changes just enough. And sometimes you don't realize it until you're going over the bars in a rhythm section, a la Wyatt Grant in that 250 main. So Shirley and Horn working together a little bit here. Just keeping tabs on Carter out front. Not letting him get away too far just yet. It's like they're already working on lapping the 70. Dylan Bullinger dead last, and rough start to his race. Looking at going a lap down here early. So Carter clean through the whoops, just right on top of them. These 450s are just better in the whoops, to be honest. They are much nicer at actually clipping the top of every whoop. 52.7, the last 2 laps by. Seth Carr is on one right now. He has closed up on Shirley very quickly, and he is only 4 seconds back of Braden Carter. So the answer to the question of whether or not he could just straight run these guys down on speed, it seems to be a resounding yes so far. But it's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to pass him, and we'll stick with Carr here for a minute and watch him try to go to work. They have lapped Dylan Bollinger. There is that triple-double. And to the inside, it's going to be a difference maker. It really will be. Ooh, a little short on the triple. Not a great run into the whoops. But these guys are so good, man. They just get right up on top of them things. 53.5 last time by. 53 flat out of Braden Carter out front. So wonder if he's been told, hey, Carr's on the move, man. Pick it up. And Shirley is going to get around Alec Horn. So Horn back to the 3 spot. And here goes Seth Carr jumping by him as well. And we are back to the same trio out front that we saw a week ago. Shirley has certainly worked his way back into race pace that's comfortable for him to do this, because he was not that way at the beginning of the season. Oh, Horn, woo! Thought he was going for a ride, but bike just kind of slapped into the corner, and he saved it. So now battle for second. Was the battle for third. They have both gone by Alec Horn, and it will soon be the battle for second place on the racetrack here. 52.4 out of Alexis Leclerc in P5, by the way. Just ran the fastest lap of the race back there for the number 7. But he's got a ways to go to even get to Alec Horn. Must have been down early, left him with a boatload of work to do. So can these two work together to keep Carter in check? So far, Carter is kind of getting away just a little bit now. 53.9 that time by. 53.3 Shirley. 52.6. His own personal best, Seth Carr. It's not the fastest lap of the race, but it's a good one, and it makes it happen for the pass up the inside on Seth Shirley into second place for Seth Carr. So now Carter is going to know that Seth Carr, his teammate, is in P2. And points as they run right now, 9 points Carr to the good in the championship through 6 rounds. You'd certainly love to flip that the other way and make it 15 points to the good if you could. So Carter controls a bit of his own destiny right now. It's all up to him to put this race together. There is so much time left in this race. Horn, by the way, went down, so it is Leclerc up to 4th, running really good lap times. But again, he's got some work to do to get in the mix of this. And Seth Carr's still doing that line after the finish. He sets new fastest lap of the race at a 52.257. So Carter up front, who's about to run into some lap traffic already, needs to find some more pace to not let Seth Carr just close this thing right down. How much does this lap traffic hinder him? Or maybe even play into his hands? Oh, he almost jumped on his teammate Isaiah Dickerson. Now he's lapping Jeremy Shipley. Triple quad double across the start. Shipley just concedes position. No problems there. And Carr going to see that same group now right in front of him. Look at this, though. Hubbard and the 61 of Noah Bindis are the next guys on Carter's list here. Hubbard just rolls to the inside. Old buddies right there. They still get on well, and Hubbard, very nice. Actually didn't lose too much time because he still rolled the inside and then got the Supercross triple. So now how does Noah Bindis fare here? Does he get out of the way quick enough? No, actually Carter hits him, and it causes a bit of a stack up. So Carr's going to gain a little bit of time, but now these guys are arguing with each other, and Carr has to kind of check up to not get involved in their chaos. Teammate Isaiah Dickerson just in front of them. Ooh, Dickerson off the track in front of these guys. So I think Carter kind of came out of that one a little bit better. 3.5 second lead now. 54.3. And behind him, 54 flat still for Seth Carr. And now they're both pretty clear of traffic. I think there's still one guy between them. I think it's Jacob Hubbard. Whoops. Yes, it is Hubbard. So Hubbard between them. This has the makings of a really good race. I know it doesn't look like it right now, 3-second gap between them. But so far in clean air, Carr's been able to eat away at Carter's lead fairly easily. And so they might end up squaring up for a race here by the end of this thing, as we're still not yet halfway through. Big lines will be critical here. The triple quad double, of course, in play, but also being consistent in the other rhythms will also be important. And how much does Carr keep with this line? Is he still going to just keep doing this every lap? He is. He's tripling all the way to the takeoff of the triple after the finish, basically. 55.2 that time by, a little bit slower than what we had seen out of him. And yeah, 3 seconds lost that last lap alone. In fact, Carter ran his own personal best lap of the race at a 52.484. So Carr's now 6 seconds back, and just as I said, Carr seemed to be able to eat away time at Carter at will. Tides have changed a little bit, and will this continue to be the trend? Has Carter found another level? Carr just tickling those tough blocks with his foot pegs. Yeah, no, I think this lap looks pretty good, to be honest. We'll see. 52.3, 54.1. Almost 2 seconds gained that lap alone. So we are back to mano-a-mano a bit again. Wait a minute. Carter just made a mistake. Made a small mistake, and Carr is going to be right on him. All right, so never mind. I thought it was going to be a race against time here, but instead Carter kind of made his own issues for himself. I don't know how he got the double-double wrong. Must have just kind of cross-rutted or something. And now another big mistake, but Carr did the same thing. That rut coming out of the sand is getting terrible for these guys to hit. And literally identical mistakes. Oh, now cases, and Carr's going to jump right by him into the lead, but then he cases, and Carter gets him right back. And Seth Shirley is here. I didn't even notice him, but here he is, right in the mix of this. Is Carr still tripling the finish, going to try to get Shirley back? Doesn't work this time. Three-rider fight at the front. Does Shirley go for the lead on Carter? Carter's down! Carter is down from the race lead. I didn't see if Shirley clipped him or not. But now it's Shirley to the front with Carr in second. Man, Shirley really flew under the radar these last few laps to get to this position, but the lap times have been solid to get here. And yeah, that double out of the sand just not working. So Carr actually switched it up, went outside in the sand this time by. And Shirley not going for the quad, neither is Carr. So now if these two get in a fight, how does that affect Carter and his ability to get back into this battle? He is 7 seconds down, still within range of a potential legs off crash, as we like to call it. Man, this track is produced here tonight. The 250 main was insane. We've got 3 different leaders so far in this 450 race. And Carr, who momentarily got the lead about 2 laps ago now, coughed it up to Carter, then immediately gave it up to Shirley, the very next corner. And, oh, Shirley nose high right there. Still doubles across, though. I don't know how he did that. This is about to get so good, man. Look at this. Look at how close it is. Carr goes for the quad double across. Shirley might be defenseless here, and he's going to let him have it. He cuts back underneath trying to get the line, but it doesn't work. And Carr, for the first time in 13 minutes, doubles the finish line jump as he goes into the race lead and leads the first lap of the race for the 6th. So now it's Shirley's turn to do a bit of the chasing. How much is Carr able to control the nerves in the race lead and try to lock this thing down? Shirley, very good through the whoops right there. So now it's time for another exhale for both of them and try to get comfortable again. Both of them taking that, they kind of cut early out of the sand to get over that single. And it kind of worked this time through, as it had not worked last time by. Carr's still trying to seat the quad. Actually went long right there. I think he was sitting on landing trying to knock legs off. And lap traffic in play again. One of them is his teammate, Walter Gebhardt. Still tripling the finish. Got, is that Brion? That's Padani getting out of the way. Very nicely done. But then gets right back in tow. And Carr's a third-person player, so if you have someone whip right behind you that close like Padani is, or even triple in right here, he's going to be in his view. Like, it's kind of tough when someone's this close behind you and you're a third-person player. So he's probably going to be a little bit annoyed with this right now, but at least Padani gave him the position. Oh, Carr into the tough blocks. Still made it. Oh, Shirley! Sideways out of the sand, went backwards on the track and took out Eagland. That was Eagland on the one that he took out. But now he just lost a huge chunk of time. 8-second lead for Carr. And now these guys are going to need some help if they want to win this race. By the way, Eagland had gotten up to 10th and just had that crash. He was actually 8th, sorry, and goes back to 10th. And now he's down in the whoops right in front of his teammate, Seth Carr. So that's going to give Carr some confidence. See the defending champion down. No, he's gaining big points on him. He probably knows that Carter's still in third, but that would be a 5-point swing if it stays this way. Oh, and now he's having a mistake. They're all trying to get inside after the sand here. Let's see if Shirley tries the same thing. Cut down early, and yeah, they just end up in the tough block. So I don't know. I feel like it's going to be safer to just go outside in the sand and cut back across and hit the double than it is to try to square off the inside of the sand. It's just not working anymore. Still doing that line over the finish line, though. See Carter in the background, 15 seconds off the lead, and lapped traffic coming into play again. Up next, the 127 of Anthony Pachone. All these guys just trying to mind their own business, be in their own race, really. Pachone, unfortunately, going 2 laps down right here. So Carr still goes back to it again. So cuts out early, tries to double over, gets it this time, and gets a double across. So it's still very fast if you can get it, but tough to be consistent on. Shirley, now he's back to doing it as well. And he's trying to lap Xander Brion. Brion going to have to check up here, so let him have it. Down to 7.8 seconds. Ooh, a little short on. Tried to double the finish and cased it. So he's been tripling every lap and somehow has not cased it or OJ'd it, but then, oh, I just need to double the finish line jump and literally cases it. I don't know with these guys sometimes, man. It's interesting. Ash steering, next guy for Carr to lap. Also Leclerc down in the whoops. So this is, he just lapped 9th place, for example, Leclerc. And Deering is, he's going to go wide here and get out of the way. Carr not able to get the line this time by. How about Shirley? What does Shirley do? Nope, doesn't get it either. And Brion, or Padani, I should say, is going to get back by him. These guys are in their own race, man. They're trying to battle for top 10s. And it's got to be annoying when the leaders are in their fight out front, but then making mistakes. So Carr up 7.6 as we get on to lap number 20. And there is still 2.5 minutes left in this race, or 2:15, I should say. Looks like Shirley was amidst some chaos after the finish. That cost him some time. He's 11 seconds back now, so that could maybe just give enough of a gap for Carr here. And look, yeah, now he's gone safe. He's going outside in the sand, and then he'll cut back to double this. And even that wasn't the cleanest. It got a little sideways, but then able to wrap it back together quite nicely. Whoa, a little awkward out of that rut. Still triple quad, though. Yep, no problem. So I think that this is getting down to the point where unless he crashes, this is Carr's race to lose, basically. which obviously is a way that he would lose it, but I don't see it happening. He's so good. He's so consistent. Watch him in the whoops right here because I want to go back to Shirley once again. Yeah, he's just right on top of those things. Shirley's still dealing with lappers, and Carter has inched back into the picture a little bit. So Carter now just about 5 seconds off of Shirley and running about 2 seconds a lap faster last time by. He's charging still, trying to get second in this race, limit the damage to Carr in the championship picture because, again, entered 12 points down of Carr, will leave 17 down as it runs. And Eaglin tonight really is basically watching his championship hopes go away completely. He still hasn't won a race. He had to go to the LCQ. He's running 8th, a lap down. And I don't know how you come back from the gap that he's going to be seeing to Seth Carr after this race. Looks like Carter went down again, so that's going to be all she wrote for that. Ooh, the 59 right there was trying to get out of the way. And Carr got sideways in the whoops, then cased the triple on. And you just never know, man. Time is going to expire this time by, but Sim has a weird way of waiting till the end to give hell to whoever it is. And Carr is just... he's off rhythm. He's trying different things. Begging for the white flag to come out with the way that this racetrack looks right now. Yeah, how about Luke Sullivan? Dead last to 4th. Gosh, he could have been factored into this fight as well tonight, but the bad starts have been killing the number 11 machine this year. And the white flag is in the air. 9.5 seconds to gap back to Shirley. And Carr has got to survive one more lap of this racetrack. It's getting treacherous, though. The ruts are deep. There's still some lap traffic ahead of him. Can't get involved with them. But he's cleaned through the whoops one more time, just right up on top of those things. So he could double his way through the next rhythm section and still win this thing. Into the sand, rider down, has to cut back under. Yeah, he's just going to go safe line here. Double over, triples here, triples again. Taking it easy. Well, they all are still trying to figure out a way to knock this man off the pedestal. It happens every other week. But this week, it's back on top. Seth Carr, his 4th win of the season, gets it done here in Seattle tonight. His 6th career 450 main event win, extends his championship lead. Seth Shirley back on the podium, 2nd or 3rd week in a row. He's definitely in the groove now, and it's only a matter of time before the first win comes. For Braden Carter, after winning Glendale, this one's going to sting a little bit. He'll get 3rd, but he is 17 back in the championship now as the series heads east. We go to Arlington next week. And Luke Sullivan, yeah, comeback of a lifetime. Finishes 4th in this race, 22nd on lap 1. Kudos to him. Alec Horn, too. Very quiet but impressive race. Going to get P5 in this one. And he'll round out our top 5 tonight here in Seattle. The last guy on the lead lap. Top 5 was the lead lap. Seabolt was a lap down in 6th. Eaglin 7th, Padani 8th, Leclerc 9th, and Castellaneta rounded out the top 10. They all followed this man home tonight. Seth Carr, 6 career main event wins, 4th win of the season. Your winner here in Seattle. All right, folks, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Round number 6 of the 2026 Underground RC Supercross Championship and MX Simulator. Wow, 250 main, an all-timer for sure. 450 main was in the runnings to be a good one, and Carr does what Carr does best, pulls away late and wins this thing, extends his championship lead. 250 championship is pretty far gone at this point. A bad night for Schiabro. Carter did keep it close, obviously second on the evening, but he was already over a race distance back, so Cash Woods extends his championship lead across the board. Heading into the break, and now it is time to get ready for East Coast. We head to Arlington, Texas next week for round 1 of 250 East. A lot of big names will be going to the line for that. Excited to see what happens there. And, of course, round 7 of Underground RC Supercross continues next week at Texas. Same time, same place, live here on Start Your Systems, 6:15 p.m. Pacific, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. So we hope to see you guys here as the series rolls on and heads to the East Coast. Of course, a big thank you to Underground RC, District Designs, Phil Ski and Snowboard, everyone that backs the series at racefactorgaming.com. Big shout out to all you guys as well, and MotoX Pod as well for supporting the show, showing us on their live feed as well as the ad reads that they do, and trying to pump people from their side over to here. I want to get people back over there, so please, folks, next Wednesday tune in. 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Check out the MotoX Pod every single week. Jamie Guida host, Darkside MX himself, and a myriad of co-hosts from Scotty to TJ, everybody in between, making it possible over there. So thanks again for their support, and all of you guys at home watching. You guys are the absolute best. We had a massive crowd watching tonight. Yeah, there was 650 plus people watching that main event, which is crazy for round 6 that we're this deep in the series already, and you guys are still tuning in every week. So thank you so much. And of course, a final very big thank you to everyone that tunes in by saying this. You guys asked for it, so here it is. Red Bud! All right, guys, that is it from Seattle. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week from Texas. So long for now.